Alright, for this unboxing video, we're going to be unboxing Elizabeth Lioness from the Seven Deadly Sins, or Nanatsu no Taizai. She was made from Freeing in their bunny style version, which is a very popular line of figures. I ended up picking up a pre-order from AmiAmi.com. She costs about 23,700 yen, which comes out roughly to be $206. So you could save a lot of money if you want the slower shipping. I decided to get the EMS shipping, which cost 8,300 yen. She ended up coming in the 140 box, which is quite a bit bigger than your typical 120 box, which comes in that 1/8, 1/7, 1/6 scale figures if you just buy one figure from them. So yeah, before I start the video, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My channel is exploding at 9 subscribers. Don't forget to check out my blog at otakusin.com, where I cover the anime figures, and I also cover the new animes that have been coming out.
All right, let's go ahead and unbox this figure. See right here, it comes with this AmiAmi kind of purchase card. Yeah, as always with the AmiAmi shipping, it is heavily packaged, so your stuff generally comes in safe and sound. One thing I noticed about the box so far is it's really long and tall. So it's about, let's say, I think on my figure collection is this listed as 16.77 inches tall. So that is really tall, but the thing is, it's pretty darn light. It couldn't be more than like 2 pounds. It's just really light. And then when you take a look at the opening, the top of the box, there's, like always, there's just 3 tape, and it's very easy to open up. So let's go ahead and open it up. Inside the box, it actually comes with a little instruction manual for the ears. So here's what the inside of the box kind of looks like. Nothing too spectacular, but I do like it when they put some cool kind of design inside the box. Here you have the base. And it looks like the figure is strapped down by some tape. You can see at the bottom of her feet, that's where the pegs go. You can tell with this foot, there's 2 holes and one goes pretty deep. So it's pretty obvious that this part goes in this foot. And the parts for ears. This is why you need instructions, because I missed this little piece that actually goes in her back leg. I am dumb. Alright, you see the peg, you want to make sure that this piece, it's going to be properly facing this way. So just make sure you adjust it when you put on the stand. Then here, it looks like you're going to want to put this onto the stand. And then just make sure you adjust it to where it needs to fit. So let's go ahead and try to put her back on. You see this right here? You want to make sure these just align up correctly. And I'm just an idiot for not seeing this part that goes there. I was wondering why it didn't fit, but now it's pretty obvious right now. And now we're going to go ahead and put on her ears. Instructions. And just like that, it comes straight off. And now all we got to do is insert the ears in. And there you have it. Elizabeth Lioness. Alright, let's talk about this figure really quick. One thing I noticed about this figure is how tall she is. Being a 1/4 scale, man, these figures, the size of it, I love this scale. It's like the perfect size where it's not too big, but it's big enough to where it's almost like life size, you know? It's pretty darn amazing. The weight of it, it does not feel as heavy. The Raftalia one, she's pretty darn heavy and more compact. When you look at Elizabeth, it's not that heavy. And the other thing about her as well is a lot of people, they argue over whether you should pick like the fishnet one or the bare-legged one. And I really just think it just depends on the figure. I think if the Raftalia figure was bare-legged, I think that would actually be kind of weird, you know. The fact that she has fishnets, it actually gives her kind of like that extra, you know, appeal. It gives you that extra kind of look to it. It just makes it a lot more attractive and not as basic, you know. Would I prefer Elizabeth with the fishnets? You know what? I think I would. But having her without the fishnets on this figure with, you know, the long socks, it looks pretty, she looks good. There's enough dynamic to her look, dynamism or whatever you want to call it. There's enough with her on her pose that makes it look pretty cool, pretty appealing. You know, it's really weird for me as a dude coming here to try to talk about these really, really girly figures, but yeah, I'm not a big advocate for myself personally that, you know, you should go buy these bunny figures, but, you know, I'm gonna probably buy these from my favorite shows. I love these shows. The Seven Deadly Sins, I think they did a poor job at executing the show, but the characters and then the whole setup, the medieval times, it's a really good show in that aspect. And then she is one of the stars of the show, so I'm gonna keep her. And then the Rising of the Shield Hero, that is, you know, one of the top animes that I've watched, shonen animes in the past few years that I've watched. So these are two shows where generally, if they made a 1/4 scale now for me, I'm probably going to get him. If they made, you know, a 1/4 scale of Meliodas in one of his demon forms, you know, I probably would get him rather than these bunny figures. But overall, I still love these figures. It gives you an added dimension to your collection where it's just not a bunch of dudes, a bunch of really, it's just not a bunch of like of the same kind of figures, which is, there's nothing wrong. You could collect whatever you want, but you know, for the bunny figures that I have, I do like these. The painting, when you look at it, I mean, there's nothing that you could really say that's really off about the figure. The only thing I had to say was the base. The base is pretty basic. I mean, it's just a plastic base. And then the one thing to remember is this little plastic piece. This little plastic piece, you just got to make sure that, you know, you find it in the box and you put it on before you're a dummy like me that tries to shove it into her foot when it doesn't actually belong there. So just one thing to kind of pay attention to. But yeah, I bought her off of AmiAmi. And I got her pretty late too, so all the pre-orders were sold out. So I had to kind of wait and see until a pre-order popped up for her on AmiAmi, and I was able to get her. And then it looks like right now I saw her on Hobby Link Japan. She's still available there. And as I mentioned in the first part of the video, she cost 23,700 yen. That turns out to be about $206, and she cost me about 83,000 yen for EMS shipping. The Ami Ami box is a 140 box. It's a little bit bigger than the 120 box, so obviously the bigger the box is, and then if it weighs a lot more, then it's going to cost you more. But if you try to get her from an American retail store, you're probably going to pay $300 plus. Raftalia, she cost me about $330, but paying $206, and then depending on how much shipping you're willing to pay, and if you would have paid DHL the max price for this figure, you're still gonna only pay like $280, $290 for her. So overall, a really good deal, a great figure. It looks great. It's gonna be a good, nice part of your collection. So I like buying figures that are good memories, important time in your life. You know, I still feel giddy. I still feel good when I see a Goku figure or anything like that. Being a collector and collecting figures, it's about good, happy memories. It's about a part of your life that you were wowed by something. And then these bring up, you know, they bring a smile to your face. I hate to be corny, guys, but having a figure that gives you a good memory, it brings a smile to your face. And as a 30-year-old man, I think this is still worth it to get because it makes me smile. It makes me happy to have something that was a good memory to hold on to. So yeah, I would recommend getting this figure. Very easy to put together. You guys know that I like easy scale figures to put together because I'm just a straight idiot. But she looks amazing. Go ahead and like the video, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go check out my blog at otakusen.com. I'm going to take more pictures there. I'm going to have more figure details. Anything that I missed, I'm going to have it on that blog. And also, you know, I'm Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, all these other animes that's coming out. I will be talking about them. And once the seasons are over, I try to go a bit more in depth into the characters, the season, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, please like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. It really, really will help me out. Please go to otakusen.com. I do the figure review there with more pictures, things I've missed. And I also cover, you know, animes, recent animes that came out, like Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. I give you more interesting perspective. You guys are going to like it. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Looks like she's too tall for the D-top. As you can see right here, she's a little too tall, so you're going to have to modify your D-top.